Good morning, students. Structure of DNA. DNA is the hereditary material. It contains the genetic information. It is most important constraint of a chromosome. The most widely accepted model of the DNA is double helix structure, who told the James Watson and Francis Crick, who proposed this three-dimension model. If they will ask me, you can write the answer is James Watson. Okay. Today we are discuss about the structure of DNA and the chemical composition. Everything we will discuss now. The DNA obtained by the Rosalind Franklin and Mary Wilkin to appreciation of the discovery of the molecular structure of the nucleic acid. Watson, Crick and Wilkins were awarded Nobel Prize for Medicine in 1962. Okay, now we will discuss chemical composition of a DNA molecule. DNA is the largest molecule, consists of million of nucleotides, hence it is called a polynuclear. Poly means many, nucleus means center part of them each DNA. Okay, so without a nucleus the cell is not there. Each nucleotide consists of three components. What is this? First one is sugar molecule, a nitrogenous base. So next third one is phosphate group. This nitrogen base is classified into two types. One is purine and another one is pyrimidine. What is that? Purine and pyrimidine already we discussed. Now today revision only, so you can recall this. Adenine and guanine. A is adenine and G is the guanine. The first letter will be represent. And the pyrimidine is cytosine and thymine. C and T. Okay, nucleotide and nucleotide. Nucleotide is the what the composition present in the nucleoside means nitrogen base and sugar. Nucleotide means nucleoside plus phosphate group. So this is according to this purine and pyrimidine. This purine and pyrimidines, according to this only the DNA structure will be arranged. Okay. So now we are discussing about the Watson and Crick model of DNA. DNA molecule consists of two polynucleotide chains. First point is what? Two polynucleotide chains. These chains form a double helix. Two, double means double, helix means it will be wrinkled, and with two strands which run is anti-parallel to one another. In this two strands, one another anti-parallel, opposite side parallelly it will be arranged. Okay, nitrogen base in the center of the link, the sugar phosphate unit which form the backbone of the DNA. Each phosphate group, it is very important for the DNA. Pairing between the nitrogenous bases is very specific and it is always between purine and pyrimidine linked by the hydrogen base. I already told adenine is A and thymine is T, and the two hydrogen base same double bond will be present. Okay, so adenine and thymine it will be linked with a double bond, and cytosine and guanine is linked with the three hydrogen bonds. Okay, you don't forget this, adenine and thymine 2. So two hydrogen bond is present here, and cytosine and the guanine is 3 bond. It is very important, 3 hydrogen bond. Maybe it will be asked in one word also, so be careful and you have to memorize this too. Okay, now see the this like it will be arranged only, we call it as this is a complementary base pairing. Okay, so see the diagram, this is double helix, I already told anti-parallel. Okay, this strand will be parallel from this. Okay, so it is how it will be arranged. This is the hydrogen bond is what is that I already told, cytosine and guanine is triple bond. Okay, cytosine and guanine. Okay, always I told that G cytosine it will be linked with only guanine. Other and all adenine phase pair or thymine phase pair it not a mingle. Okay, and based on that only it will be arranging C for each DNA G C A T. Double bond is present. Okay, so in the based on that it will be arranging each strand. Then only we call it as this is a complementary pairing. Okay, complementary pairing. G always complement, guanine always complement to cytosine, that is the complement pairing. Adenine it is always complement to thymine, that is the we call it as a complementary pairing. Okay, you clearly understood. So next, fifth point is hydrogen bonds between the nitrogen base make the DNA molecule stable. So this is a hydrogen bond, which is a hydrogen bond, double bond and triple bond. This only we call it as a hydrogen bonds. It's always what the DNA molecule it is stable. This nitrogen bond is always stable. Okay, next, the sixth point is each turn of the double helix is 35 Armstrong. That is a 3.4 nanometer. There are 10 base pairs in a complex complete turn. Each turn, which turn? This is the first turn. This we call it as a first turn. This we call it as a second turn. This we call it as a third turn. Okay, you see that the first turn, how many complementary pairing is that? Means that is a 10. Okay, that only they will told. Okay, so 10 base pair is present. Adenine, guanine, and after that cytosine, guanine, and adenine, thymine. Cytosine, guanine, adenine, thymine. Cytosine, guanine, adenine, thymine. This like it will be arranged, but what they told 10 pair only arranged in that. Okay, the nucleotide in a helix or joined together by phosphodiester bonds. So this is also very important. Next, you see that this is a sugar. Here, thymine adenine double bond is there. This is sugar molecules here also because it is a hydrogen base. Okay, and the next is cytosine and guanine. The triple bond is a sugar base arranged in that. So based on that only the nucleotide arrangement is present. So maybe ask the nucleotide in a DNA, they will ask in a 3 mark question when you can study this diagram. Okay, see the book and you can thorough it. Next, DNA replication. DNA replication is the one of the base process that occur within a cell. DNA molecule exact copy. Okay, you know that exact copy of the replication. It is a multiplication. Replication means multiple or multiplication. So we are getting from the exact copy, photocopy like that. DNA molecule complementary base pairs. What we already discussed, what are the structure, Watson-Crick model, everything we can get from the new one. That is only resulting daughter cells also we contain. So where it is the origin of the replication, it is a DNA where the replication begin, the site of the adjacent replication, the two strand is there, one is open, another one is separated. So it is a, we call it as a replic. So fork, it look like a fork, you know that now you can use then eat from Maggie from using the fork, that like it will be arranged. Okay, at the next unwinding of the DNA molecule, the enzyme called helicase. It's a very very important unwinding. So we already we told that the Watson-Crick model, it is a helical structure, but we will separate that purpose we can use this enzyme, that is helicase. Okay, it will be removed from the unwinding, bind to the origin of replication site. Helicase separate the two strands. I already told you, no, separate helicase. We will use the helicase enzyme and separate the two strand. That purpose only we can use it. The enzyme called topismerase separate the double helix above the replication fork structure. Fork like structure we can separate means we can use this merase. Ace it will be finished. It means that is what we already discussed the 9th and 10th everything. Ace means ace. What is that? Enzyme. Okay, don't forget that. Again I will tell. It's very helpful for your higher study also. So be careful and you can memorize this. Okay, again don't ask that. Fork or remove the twist formed during the unwinding process. Each of the separate DNA strand function as a template. Okay, template means another the same we are getting no. That only we call the formation of the RNA primer. RNA primer is a short segment of the RNA nucleotide. The primer is synthesized by the DNA template close to the origin of replication site. Okay, synthesis of new complement strand from the parent strand. How the parent strand form? Okay, after the formation of RNA primer, nucleotide are added with the help of the enzyme, that is a DNA polymerase. Here also ACE is there. So, okay, DNA polymerase we can use from this, and we can use this enzyme and nucleotide formation. It will be very helpful for that. Next it is a leading strand. Our first strand we call it as a leading strand. It is continuously becoming, and lagging strand it not synthesized means we call it as a lagging strand. Okazaki fragment is a short fragment. We call it as Okazaki fragment. So in this everything we can join means this three strand leading strand or lagging strand, Okazaki fragment, everything you can join means you can use the DNA linkase enzyme. Okay, the replication stop when the replication fork two side meet at the side called terminus, which is situated opposite origin of the replication. So another 3 points I can discuss. What is the importance of DNA, significance of DNA? It is responsible for the transmission of hereditary information. You know that one hereditary information passed from one generation to another generation. It is very very important. Second point is it is information record. What is that? Information record. Where information record? Protein. Okay, it contains information record for the formation of the protein. It will be used for the formation of the protein. This is the second point. Third point is it is a very activities of an organism, and it will be control the development for us. So control the development activity. This 3-point signification of the DNA is very very important. So I think I hope all are understood. So it is a very important question. Everyone read it and Next week we conduct the test in this same